So here's one of my favorite quotes by Dr. Bessel van der Kolk, who wrote The Body Keeps the Score book. He says, traumatized people chronically feel unsafe inside their bodies. I want to say that again. It's so important. Traumatized people chronically feel unsafe inside their bodies. This is known as interoception, the experience of the embodied self. And when your body is constantly going into fight, flight, freeze response, which is primarily due to sensory triggers, sensory data around you that is similar to painful things from your past, it's extremely uncomfortable. And so let's continue. The past is alive in the form of gnawing interior discomfort. He's describing sensory triggers. When you see, hear, smell, taste, touch, feel something that is sensorially similar to painful past experiences, it confuses your nervous system and makes it believe that there's a threat in the present. And your body starts to go into these states of survival, which is fight, flight, freeze. Their bodies are constantly bombarded by visceral warning signs, and in an attempt to control these processes, they often become expert at ignoring their gut feelings, and in numbing awareness of what is played out inside, they learn to hide from themselves. What he's describing is what I did whenever I was suffering with severe trauma, which, remember, is a body that is constantly preparing for a threat that never comes. We think of trauma as an event, but it's a state of overwhelming stress. But I would constantly be in my head, right? That's one way that I dissociated, which comes from a Latin root word that means to sever or separate. That's how I escaped, separated from the chaos, the pain of being embodied, was to perpetually stay disembodied by living in my head. And I would dwell on the past. I would dwell on the future. I would dwell on existence. I would dwell on my health. I would dwell on people's opinions of me. I would also obsessively play video games, sometimes for 10, 12 hours a day. I was always in my head and I was never present. But I wasn't just doing that, I was doing things to numb my body as well. And this is where addictive behaviors come in. And whenever I'm working with a client, not only are they living in their head all day, but usually there's one or two, sometimes more addictive behaviors as well that are really just them trying to feel better. Whenever your body is a war zone and you don't know how to get back in tune with the body, which is called interoception, the experience of the embodied self, you don't know how to self regulate, which is release the buildup. The only thing that you can do is separate and numb. And so that's why healing trauma is about first getting people back in their bodies, because that takes time and it's important, and then starting to befriend the body again. That is how you heal trauma.